Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jessica here. Today we're going to be doing a reading called What Are You Not Seeing? So oftentimes we are on our journeys trying to heal, and sometimes there's something that we are not seeing and it's keeping us stuck. So in this reading we're going to figure it out. Which pile do you resonate with? Maybe it is all three of them. Maybe you're really stuck and you can gain advice from all three readings, or maybe one of them really stuck out to you before you even clicked on this video. And if you're super intuitive, maybe you already got a number in your head and you already know which pile is for you. So trust that your intuition is connected with spirit, and your higher self knows which pile has the best answer for you. I do not look at the cards when I shuffle them. I just, my guides tell me how many from each deck I put in each pile, and I shuffle until the card sticks out to me, and then I create the piles using the decks that my spirit guides tell me to use. So it's all very intuitive process for me, and I don't really use my rational brain until I start doing the readings and connecting the parts together for each deck or for each pile. All right, so choose your pile and we will get started here with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. I have my Lenormand deck as the beginning 2 cards. With this deck, you must have 2 cards to do a reading because they play off of each other. All right. And I have my book here just to make sure that I give the right message, because when whatever 2 cards are together, whichever one's first and second, it has an impact. So let's see what you have here. The Tower and the Letter. Interesting. So again, the question is, what are you not seeing? Let's see what this book is talking about here. Okay. The Tower talks about an establishment, institution, business, authority, law, or government. Okay. And then the Letter here, written, recorded, archived. Okay, something that's ongoing. All right, and this card here, this playing card, the 7 of Spades, stands for bad advice or some kind of blockage from an outside influence. And this 6 of Spades here stands for small changes over time. So it definitely seems like maybe you're going to be getting a letter from an institution, or maybe you're stuck because you want the acceptance letter, but you're afraid it's not going to come. Maybe you have received a bill that you're afraid that you need to pay. Okay, what you're not seeing is that this is blocking you. You're not seeing how it is blocking you from taking more steps. Maybe you feel fear of rejection, or fear of failure, or some kind of fear from this institution. Okay. The Tower in front of the Letter, it says here, notice from authorities. So either you got one or you're getting one soon. It's either soon or ongoing. And it seems like it could be a bad advice, or you could be getting bad advice or giving yourself bad advice because you've been afraid. Okay. And I do find it curious that this is the 6 of Spades and that's the 7 of Spades. So maybe there's steps that are happening, okay, and you don't have all the answers yet. That could definitely be a situation here. So if that resonates with you, Trust that you are in the right place. And I will get my cards moved over so that we can keep diving into this pile here. All right, so the first card you have is believe in the impossible. So I think that goes along with being uncertain about what the results of this situation is going to be. And also, your commitment is being tested. Very important here. Okay, if you really, really want to publish this book and you've written it out and now you're afraid of being rejected by a publisher, okay, the universe is saying you need to believe in yourself. Okay, there was once upon a time this book wasn't even written, and now it's written. Okay, and you've committed yourself to writing that book. Now you need to commit to publishing that book. And I'm seeing here this half moon. It could be that like you have half of the information, now you have another half of the information to come. You haven't, it's still shrouded in mystery, but to get to that point, you have to take these steps that you're afraid of. And it may not seem like a big deal right this second, but you don't know what will come from putting yourself out there and trying to see what happens when you do commit yourself. Okay, let's see what these two cards here have to say. All right, we have light and the cold moon. So it definitely seems like you're in the dark about this. Either the answer is in the dark, you are stuck in the dark because you are fearful. It says here, hope is but a word casting the unseen. Let there be light, where light is but a dream. That makes sense here with you being worried about what the outcome of this. Okay, believe in the impossible here. And here's saying to have hope. Even if you can't see the results, have hope that it's going to turn out. There will be a way for you to come to a solution for this problem or this fear to resolve. And the cold moon here, take with thy the dreariest of moments. Release me for their tongue and nourish me with light. Okay, so this one is definitely talking about you may be very scared, you may be very hidden, shrouded, you may be in this flight response, but they want you to go back to the fight response to keep going because you're halfway there, you're almost there. All right, this knowledge may have already been in your life, or it may have just recently entered or is going to enter very soon. Just trust that you have what it takes to figure this out. All right, we have two angel cards here. Let's see what they have to say. Freedom and serenity. So I'm getting the message here that you will be free because you have done these things, because you've passed through this fear and conquered it, accomplished whatever, this business or this letter, this fear, you are going to experience freedom and serenity on the other side. You just have to, like this moon shows here, complete the full circle of the moon. Okay, and this one here, this angel shows a whole bunch of commotion around her with people coming to check out what's happening. And this one here is tending to her flowers. So they're going to have the best of both worlds. You're going to have the socialization aspect of it, of being out in the world and showing your true self, who you really are, what you're capable of, what you can do, and also being content, being happy with what you have. Maybe this is a dream or a goal of yours that has been weighing on you for many years, and you're finally going to feel the serenity of it coming to fruition. And you also have flowers back here by the letter and flowers here. So something important is emerging. You just have to keep going and stop being afraid. Okay? And lastly, it says, addiction is an illusion. What are you really missing inside of you? And the universe is saying addiction can also be fear addiction. Being afraid of facing what comes your way can be an addiction. And it is also an illusion. Okay, you have the power to face whatever is coming your way. What are you really missing inside of you? The universe says it's self-confidence. Okay, confidence in your message, confidence in your actions and your words and your thoughts. You are capable of anything. Okay, if you are listening to these readings, it means that you are moving forward with life and taking control of your life. Okay, if you want to know what you're missing inside of you, what are you not? I mean, the reading is called "What Are You Not Seeing?" So it does seem like you're looking for what is missing inside of you. And I think this whole reading is saying that something in your life seems really daunting. But if you believe in the impossible and you decide to commit, you will find the answer that you're looking for. And you will experience freedom and serenity to fill in this gap of confidence. Okay. This may even renew your confidence on a level that you've never even experienced in life before. And that in itself is a blessing, a true achievement. So amazing job that you have gotten halfway there. And the universe says, don't be afraid of this acceptance letter or whatever it is. Don't be afraid, because you can conquer that too, just like you've conquered all these other fears in the past. Thank you so much for watching Pile 1. If you like that reading, please subscribe, like this video, and maybe even listen to Pile 2. Have a great day. Love and light. Alrighty, pile number 2. This is the question, what are you not seeing? Okay, so what is happening in your life that you're not seeing? Or maybe you're stuck and you're not seeing how if you unstick yourself, you may experience everything that you've been hoping for. Okay, so let's bring some awareness here. So we have the man, and we have the scythe. I think that's what that's called. Let me look it up. Alright, so I got my book here to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right answers, because I'm new to the Lenormand, and it's different than the other tarot and oracle here. So let's see. Man. Okay, a male person, yourself or someone else, or male energy inside of you, which is the get her done energy. Okay. The Ace of Hearts stands for love, happiness, and the trouble ending. Okay, and number 10 over here is the scythe. Okay, and it's sudden, swift, sharp, dangerous, violent, irrevocable. So you can't take it away. Okay. In the timing of this card, it says sudden, when you least expect it. And this Jack of Diamonds here is a hurtful young man, sharp tongue. Okay. Well, if I didn't know any better, it seems like there is a man or a male energy in your life that is toxic. And it could be that it is going to come to a swift end somehow. I can't help but notice that he's holding a cane or a tool here. This is a tool, and he also has something in his hands. So intuitively, I'm getting the message that maybe he is hitting or hurtful. It could be maybe I'm getting a hard worker, if this is not the case. Maybe you have been taking steps to bring awareness to the situation, and what you're not seeing is what the scythe says here: sudden when you least expect it, swift, sharp, dangerous, violent. It could be that you are trying to get away and you will have the ability to go and you don't realize it just yet. Okay. This represents a person here. It says that it just represents a person. Okay. And the timing on this card is midsummer. So I'm not sure if that means that you will start to see a new version of life around summertime. But it does say here that troubles end. So I'm going to go with my gut here and say that you're having trouble with some type of masculine energy in your life and you just want the troubles to end. Okay? And so what you're not seeing is that it may happen. You're not seeing how it's going to happen, and you're not seeing that it may happen quicker than you expect. Okay, so let's see here what these cards say. All right. Prosperity lies ahead. So most definitely do not be afraid of money in this situation. Okay, you will find a way. And also hold your vision. All right. I got this for pile 1. The moon was half full. Okay, so you're halfway there. You're halfway there. Hold your vision. Okay, if you're in an abusive, difficult relationship, know that you have to keep focusing on what life could be like in a happy sense. That can help you get the motivation to keep going. Like, once I'm out of this difficult situation, what's my life going to be like? Keep envisioning that life that you are hoping to have once this passes here. Okay, let's see what these 2 cards here say. So wreath. The circle, there in the circle of life tends to breathe death. One is not without the other, eternally bound by the essence of spirit. So here's an example. Take this for any part of life. This is just the most basic example that I can think of right now. When a plant dies, it lets seeds out. And one plant can make hundreds, if not thousands, of babies with that seed. And those 100 plants grow through, they go through their cycle of life, and then they die, and they create even more seeds to continue on. So when we have phases of our life or cycles of our life like that, things will happen. When we're growing, and then we realize it's time to put something to rest. It's time for a quote-unquote death. And it doesn't have to physically be someone dying. It can just be an old habit being put to rest, an old situation being put to rest. And once that is put to rest, something needs to fill that space, and the universe will always fill that space. And you can choose what you fill that space with. Okay, often, and I'm just getting this as an example, I'm not calling anyone out on this, men or women, whoever, will go through a breakup and feel so down and out that they will fill that hole with a bad substance, okay, with a bad habit. But you're smarter than that, okay? I get the feeling that you've been planning this for a long time. So once this death occurs, that it seems like these cards are predicting here, because the scythe is the death card in this deck. It most resonates with death, besides the coffin, which literally means dead. But we're glad we got the scythe, because this means the cycle is ending. The harvest is coming to a close. Okay, you've harvested. All right, so anyway, back to this. Make sure that you fill this void with good, fun things, going on long walks, fulfilling the dreams that you've always had, getting your hair done. Okay, do the things that are self-loving for yourself. Okay, fill your emotions with that. Maybe it will be creating your own business, doing the things that you love to supply money into the household. Okay, so here, yeah, it says prosperity lies ahead, but prosperity doesn't necessarily have to be financial. Prosperity can also just be waking up every day and feeling happy and not feeling sad every day. Okay, joining a club that you just need to dedicate your time to. You'll meet other people there. Okay, like an art club or art class, or something, like maybe your children are in sports and you can meet other moms there and it'll be a good time. That kind of prosperity. It can also be if you feel like you have not been free for a long time, maybe that freedom that you've been hoping for lies ahead for you. Okay, so that is the wreath here. And I just want to say one more thing. She has all these bulbs hanging in front of her like this. And it makes me think of like when you have a carrot on a fishing rod or whatever, and you're leading an animal to follow that food into its pen or whatever you need it to do. The universe is showing you these shiny objects of what could be, in hopes that you will follow that to get what you are hoping for, what's best for you in your life. Okay, and this is, you got to trust that the universe is doing this for your highest good. They're not trying to hurt you. Okay. And silent night. If by night the world should sleep a sleep so deep, the silence be deafening, there would sound nothing at all. At all, nothing would sound. So I am getting the message here of taking some alone time to be by yourself in solitude. Also, the broom here, cleaning out your life. Maybe there are people that you need to just stop talking to. And once you stop giving them your energy, the silence for them may be deafening because they need you in their life, because they may have some type of attachment issues or some kind of behavior that they need your support for, but they're not giving anything in return. So this could also be some kind of symbol about Christmas for you. It doesn't have to be, because this is just a Yule Christmas deck. But it definitely seems like you need some time to be your own king or your own queen and really trust that you know the answers to what to do. And solitude here, sitting alone in this chair and being quiet, getting the negative, fearful thoughts to be quiet so you can just be, is a great exercise for you right now. All right. We have manifestation and guardian angel. Okay, so this is your confirmation that the angels are with you. Spirit is protecting you. Okay, even when you don't see them, because you are crying and you feel hopeless. Okay, they are still there around you. So open yourself up to getting messages from Spirit, because that will most definitely make you feel like you are not alone in this. And also manifestation. This is a confirmation that everything that you've been doing, even if it's just internal work, has been manifesting this new phase of your life that, according to these two cards, are coming quicker than you realize. So that is good news for you. And finally, the card here is give yourself more credit. You've been through a lot, but you are stronger now. And I don't think a better card could have come out of this deck for you. Okay, take this to heart. Okay, you need to give yourself more credit. If you're in a difficult relationship right now, there is a good chance that you have been in difficult relationships in the past with maybe family members or something like that. Okay, you have been through a lot, but because of that, you're stronger now. You know what you're going to take and what you're not going to take from another person. Excuse me. You're going to hold yourself to this higher value. You value yourself. I see that, like, this looks like a throne almost. You know, maybe you're realizing that you are in charge of your own life. You are the king or queen of your own life. And you're not allowing this person to hold power over you anymore. So I just wanted to say one more thing here. I see the mountains. It could be that you've been climbing this mountain for a really long time. It seems like you might reach the peak now, because this girl here is on like the edge of a cliff. All right. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I am so blessed to have someone who is going through this level of healing watching my videos. Please give me a like or subscribe to my channel if this reading resonated with you, and please consider watching pile number 3 if this has resonated with you so far. Love and light. All right, pile number 3. This reading is going to be about what you are not seeing right now. What is yet to manifest or come to fruition in your life? What perspective can you gain to help you trust that what you're trying to manifest is still coming into your life? So first, we're going to do these Lenormand cards here, and I have my book to make sure that I read them correctly, because they do have you have a different way of reading them than the other tarot and oracle cards here. So we have mice and bouquet. Let's see what this has to do here. What this has to say. Mice, okay, loss, theft, decrease, small increments, sabotage, damage, okay? Something is happening right now that has to do with loss. Or, and then the 7 of clubs stands for a change in career status, positive or negative. That is very interesting. So this means that, I mean, this card, looking at it, it sure seems like it has to do with maybe you lost your job, maybe you're making less money than you were before, maybe you switched jobs and now you're wondering if you're going to be making more money soon. So let's see what the bouquet here has to say about that. Okay. Pleasurable, beautiful, charming, okay, graceful, all right, and the energy of this is positive, and the timing of this is spring. So where this card, the timing is now, the timing is spring. So it's January right now, almost February when I'm making this reading. So you could be watching this in the spring, and then you know that it's coming to you. It's just a couple more months, so just keep working through these hurdles, and you may see this abundance that you are hoping for in the spring. All right, and this woman here, the Queen of Spades, stands for a woman of sharp wit and intelligence. Okay, and it does say in the book here she could be a divorcee, so maybe you have been divorced or you've separated. Okay, very interesting. So this is like a negative card, and this is a positive card. So I definitely think that whatever you feel like is in small amounts will be blooming in the next few months, but you're just not seeing how yet. And that is the situation we're going to be reading about today. That is why you chose pile 3 here, because you're not seeing. Let's see if they have the mice and the bouquet together. Okay, they don't have it in the book, but I'm going to go with my intuition here with what I just told you. All right, now let's see what the moon cards have to say about this. Okay, they're saying, look at the bigger picture. Okay, is there some way that everything that you're doing right now is going to little by little accumulate into something huge and you're just not seeing it yet? Okay, let's see what this one is here. Okay, and work through your fears. All right, so the universe will never give us more than we can handle at any time. Okay, sometimes we feel like our heart is broken and then we can't take anymore, but you can. Okay, you just need to learn to release that negative energy. Okay, work through your fear and your sadness and your blockages. Okay, and see the bigger picture of what's going on. Now, I can totally understand if you've been in this difficult situation here that the mouse card represents, it would be really difficult to look at the bigger picture and it would be really easy to be full of fear. But the cards are saying that you need to get past this to see the bigger picture, to see what you're not seeing, which is the title of this book. I mean, of this reading, not of the book. So I want to pull the next couple cards to get a little bit more clarity here. The Star. Okay, follow the stars, for they know best. Not too light, not too dark, just a shimmer of what's coming next. Okay, so yes, I definitely say that this reading is telling you what could potentially be your outcome here, but you have to look at the bigger picture. You have to work through your fears. You have to do all of these things to get out of this. Okay, just because you're listening to this reading doesn't mean it's guaranteed. All right, it says this: follow the stars, for they know best. All right, and it's not literally looking outside and deciding to follow that star. What they're talking about is your internal guidance, though your intuition, those little moments of having a hunch to try something new. Okay, get past your fear. Identify what's stopping you from getting from this point to this point and try to do them. This is not going to happen all at once, but with all the work that you put in, okay, it's going to create this bigger picture here. And with the arrow here, I'd say that you're right on target, that you're going to end up hitting the bullseye with this. And here we have solstice. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim the gods are awaiting your glory, your name. So I definitely say that this is just a confirmation with what I told you about getting over this fear and getting past these hurdles. All right, it says, rise above the ashes, okay, which I would say is this card, and claim what you want, okay. Tell your fears to chill out, okay. If you're not dying, if you're not going to die by doing this step, then try it, okay. I know that putting yourself out there in the public eye can be very daunting and scary, but when you face that fear, you may trade it in for this bounty that you are hoping for, so you can do what you love and support your family. So it's really important to face your fears, and I think that this card is saying that for sure. Okay, and it's funny here she's stringing the stars around along a path, just like I was saying in this card, to follow the path. Once you face one fear, what's the next fear? Then face that one. What's the next fear? Then face that one. What's the next fear? And eventually you will get here. And it does take time. You know, this card said that it may appear in the spring. So start working now so that in the spring it will manifest for you. Let's see what these two angel cards here have to say. All right, playfulness. Okay, don't be too rigid, be playful, and steady. Okay, so if you have an unknown, if you're afraid of the unknown, then you need to get answers. Okay, what are your questions? Write down them questions. Leave a space to fill in the answers after you study. Okay, maybe there's a book sitting on your desk that been needing to read for a while. Grab that book and start reading, because it could have the answer in there. You intuitively know that, but your ego is telling you maybe you don't have enough time, or it's not going to work, whatever. All you need is one idea to spark this trail of creative thoughts. And be playful. Maybe you've been trying to do things the old way and now it's not working out anymore. So it's time to try a new way. And again, look at the bigger picture. How can you add playfulness and love and excitement into what you're trying to do here? How can you add a little more pizzazz? That's the words I'm getting. And maybe that will help you work through your fears if you are having fun while you're doing this. Okay? And last but not least, okay, they're cut and dry here. We cannot help you until you help yourself. And I said that in the beginning when I just had these two cards here. I said, if you can't get here from here, you have to face your fears and do all the steps in between. Okay, you can manifest anything by actually taking the actions based on the intuitive senses that you are receiving. Okay, it is important to feel it and to stand in your power, and because that helps you get past this fear. Okay, and then you're more open to the bigger picture and seeing what opportunities are available for you. Okay, but until you do the studying and the changing of your ways and following the steps, the universe can't help you until you take that first step. And once you're on like step 50 or whatever, you may finally get to this bouquet, but you will be stronger because of it. You will be smarter because of it. And you will be more prosperous because of it. You may even be a happier person because of it. So that is all the messages I have to say. The universe says one more thing. You are right on target with whatever you were thinking this whole time. So you already know the answer. You already know these steps. So get to it today. Get down to writing down these things here. The steps that you feel like you need to take and overcoming your fears. So thank you again, Pile 3, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful month. If you stuck with me till the end, please consider subscribing and liking this video if it resonated. And love and light.